I'd like to get out from behind the podium as well. Dr. Stanley and members of the club and distinguished guests, you are looking at the next congressman from the 11th District, and I don't mean necessarily me. What I do mean is there are three fine gentlemen here, and I begin by saying I will cheerfully and willingly support either of them if they are the nominee, and I hope they have similar faith in my background. Now I'm going to say three things about myself, and I'm going to offer two pieces of literature, and I'm going to answer two questions that tend to crop up, and then leave the rest to your questions. About me, I live in a house that my grandparents bought in 1923 on a mountain in Macon County, and that I always intended would be my home for the balance of my life, and that's what it is. I have 33 years experience practicing law in the United States Supreme Court. Parallel to that, I have 35 years experience working with state legislators from all around the country on various issues that matter to the states. Now, I've been writing and publishing for a long time. There's 7 books and over 750 articles that I have in print. So I won't talk a lot about philosophy because I put it down in writing as much as 40 years ago, and you can call me on it if I don't follow it. This is my latest book to be published, Why Term Limits. It has to do with the necessity for turnover in Congress, and I thoroughly support Spence's remarks that we were intended to have a citizen legislature, and that's what this is about. I have copies of this for anybody who wants them. In the back corner where it says all members show, I'll tell you in a moment the lady who will be happy to get these copies for you. As far as the articles, I also have a copy of this. You know, in USA Today, when they run an editorial on a subject, they asked an expert to offer a opposite viewpoint, and that's exactly what I did here. They invited me to, and I wrote an opposite editorial to USA Today. Copies of this are available back there as well. Now, I thoroughly second Spence's comments about the power of the Constitution. You might remember a flap about Barack Obama not wearing a flag pin in his lapel. Well, what I'm wearing here is a gold half of the sun, and it's a replica of an emblem that appeared on the back of the chair, the high-back chair in which George Washington sat at the Constitutional Convention. And on the 17th of September, 1787, when 36 of the 39 remaining delegates walked forward to sign that document, Ben Franklin said, "I know now, sir, that is a rising sun." So this is my symbol of the Constitution and my symbol of America. Now, the other question, and this is a tricky one because candidates get asked this, what is the worst mistake you ever made in your life? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. 35 years ago, I was engaged to a young lady in Baltimore, Maryland, and we got away from each other, and it was my fault, and she went to Australia, and we married other people, and we had bad experiences, and now at the end of our lives, we are engaged again, and we'll be married in May. Her name is Michelle Mead, and she is right over there, and with her is her... and with her is her mother, Annette Mead, who will be 80 tomorrow, and she married an American soldier who liberated her too. Well, that's all I wanted to say now, and I look forward to your questions.
This is a good day. Thank you all for making it happen. I hope we all have an opportunity to see what we need to see, learn what we need to learn about the candidates. From these dark rings under my eyes, you can tell that Asheville City Council last night had another one of their marathon council meetings. One of the good things that came out of it is there was a vote to alter the charter of the airport authority and open the door for a representative from Henderson County to come on that board. There was one dissenting vote, and I'll leave it up to you all to figure out who that might have been. I had some notes laying on the table for what I was going to say today, and those disappeared. Fortunately, I had a backup copy. It can be argued that since the beginning of this century, the Republican Party has lost its heart. We abandoned our commitment to small, efficient government, fiscal restraint, and values for the corruptions of power politics, pandering, pork, and other distractions from the people's business that have been mirrored in the Democrat Party for many years. It is to our shame that we did so. We meet today to chart Western North Carolina's future in terms of our representative and to see where we fit into that stage, to see the hand that we lay on the country and the hand that we lay on Western North Carolina. You're here because you care about that. You're here because you're looking for someone to get behind. I hope we all give you the help you need in making that decision. A leader seeks to do what's right. A politician seeks to do what pleases others or his or herself. A leader seeks service. A politician seeks power. A leader seeks to uphold principles at any cost. A politician seeks to win at any cost. I am not interested in being that kind of politician. Our opponent is a politician, and I do not believe we can beat him with money. I do not believe we can beat him with politics as usual. You see, there are two Heath Schulers. There's the one in Washington that 80% of the time votes with a liberal Congress. There's the one in Western North Carolina that pretends to be a conservative. There are two Heath Schulers and one of me. I like those odds, and I do, and I intend to earn your support over the coming year. Thank you.
We're going to entertain questions. What I think we'd like to do, we'll maybe start, if you want, unless you address it to a particular individual, we'll kind of go down the line, and each time between all of you sort it out who answers who. Address everything. We'll start off with Carl, then Vince, and John. All right, I'm going to, I don't see him. I'm going to, as usual, I'll start with Luke. And please remember, no speeches.
Charles Taylor was very effective using something called earmarks. I'd like to hear from all three of you your feeling about the whole issue of earmarks and what you would propose to do about it when if you are elected.
The thing that I would compliment Congressman Taylor on most of all would be his service to constituents. He helped people solve problems. The place that probably I would part with him the most was his comfort with earmarks, hidden or otherwise. I do not believe that we serve our district or the country by participating in a rigged lottery that selectively gives out goodies to America. It is one thing to go to Washington and try to get our fair share of infrastructure and other dollars. It's another to participate in that rigged lottery. I am more interested in seeing to it that we keep our money at home than letting Washington skim our money and give it back to us selectively.
I agree in principle with what Carl said, because I believe in open government, and I believe that everything that happens in government, with a few exceptions that should not be made public, that relate to security or other issues like that. I believe that many of the projects that were being supported by earmarks in Western North Carolina deserve support, but the support should come from a process used by the Congress that's open and above board to make decisions about where money is going to be placed in this country as a part of the normal budgeting process. I don't support earmarks.